Shalom, this is Ephraim Buchwald, a little casual recording from home because I sustained a knee injury as a result of a fall down a flight of stairs because I was looking at my cell phone. Cell phones are the number one reason for visits to hospitals and emergency rooms today, so be very careful. I'd like to talk about today about brotherly and sisterly tranquility. You know that song that we sang, how wonderful it is for brothers and sisters to get along together and to be pleasant with one another. We have a long history of rancor between brothers and sisters, especially going back into the Bible times, where Cain and Abel really didn't get along. In fact, one of them died. And Isaac and Ishmael and Esau and Jacob. So it's no wonder that the world is filled with enmity and quarrels between siblings, brothers and sisters, and family members. I am a Jewish educator, not really a synagogue rabbi, but across my desk comes many instances of troubles within the family. And some of them are like mind-blowing to me, where you see that the families, partners who are getting divorced are trying their hardest to prevent children's visits to their former spouses. Or even where you have widows and widowers who are preventing the grandparents of their late spouses from seeing their grandchildren. And it goes on and on. Brothers who were partners in business for many years are suing each other after like 30 years in business, wasting millions and millions of dollars in lawsuits. Now, I don't have any easy answer to this, but the Code of Jewish Law does tell us, and especially with respect to mother and father, that if a parent comes up to a child who's a famous orator, a famous rabbi, and he's giving a lecture before 1,000 people, smacks him across the face, rips his clothes, takes his life savings, throws him into the river, a child is not permitted to be disrespectful. He can sue his parent, but he can't be disrespectful. And that's assuming that the parents are relatively normal. But what happens if the parents are not normal? That it's impossible to live with them in peace without lashing out at them. Well, the Code of Jewish Law says the best thing to do is to hire someone to take care of them and move away so that you keep your distance, so you won't be subject to being tempted to hurt them or harm them or be disrespectful to them. And the caretaker is supposed to feed, clothe, support, and shelter that person and transport that person or that parent. And I think that applies as well to other instances, that we have to try as best as we can to get along with our family members, with our siblings, with our extended family, and with our neighbors as best as we can. If we can't, keep your distance. Do what you have to do. Make sure that the basics are taken care of, but keep your distance so you won't be subject to lashing out, to getting angry, to doing things that you're going to regret. And then we will have brothers and sisters sitting together in peace and tranquility.